Hi, I'm Chris with Premier Guitar. We're at the Montreal Guitar Show and we're visiting with Lucas Brunner, who's a luthier from Switzerland. He's come a long way. Lucas, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
You have some really interesting instruments to show us today.
Um, yeah, well, we got well known for the outdoor guitar. Like it's a unique travel guitar with a easily removable neck, and outdoor guitar. I started to call it that way because the first one was the prototype was for our honeymoon trip when we were traveling for half a year on a tandem bicycle. So I needed to come up with something very short to fit on the back of a bicycle, and I still wanted it to like sound like a guitar. And so the first one didn't quite look this way, but it was very, very close to this. That's how it's packed up in the case. So we've been building these now for like several years, and first one I built in '97. That's how the strings get attached to the bridge. Then the neck just gets inserted here, and you just push down and it snaps on. Then on the strap holder here, the connection is tightened and secured. You overstretch each string slightly, and usually you're...
And it's in tune.
Pretty much right in tune. I guess the look of it is fairly traditional. We do a different top construction. Like we don't have any traditional bracing on the top. It's what I call a flying top. We replaced the braces with a second layer of spruce where the grain is running slightly angled towards the center, and it's thicker in the center area, feathered towards the outside, and has about this shape, a bit smaller than the guitar itself. And the whole pressure of the strings is held by a flying brace going across below the sound hole, and the only brace a little brace glued to the top is below the sound hole here, and it's just sitting on one point on this flying brace, so keeping a maximum of freedom for the top to vibrate. But the main idea of the whole concept, removing the braces, is to get a more evenly vibrating top, so you don't split up the top into different vibration sections. And so it gets very dynamic and responsive, full sounding, even like for a small, especially on a small guitar like that, but also, of course, on the full.
Sure. This one looks like it'll fit in an overhead compartment in an airline.
No problem at all. Yeah.
You also make a larger scale.
Yes, we offered a small body with the full scale as well. The bridge is slightly moved down on that one, but we still have the 16th fret on the body, on the full scale version. The short scale would be like the 3rd fret of the full scale. Also the nut width is like the 3rd fret, so it's more like playing with a capo on the 3rd fret, and you don't need to get used to different string spacings. Makes it very comfortable for most people. Yeah, and then we also offered a bigger body shape to be small, we call it, with the full scale, and even that bigger bag, which would be about this much bigger than. I've never heard of anybody having trouble taking it on an airline.
Okay, so we're going to watch you take this apart now and see how long it takes you to get it all down into this small little shape.
Yeah, it'll be done in seconds as well. So you just loosen the strap holder here and be ready for the neck to pop off. You push and pull the strings off at once. Then neck goes in the case upside down like that, and body on top, and we're ready to go.
Voila.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Another very special feature about this whole concept is that you can have one body and several different necks. So on the full scale, I had quite a few guys asking for a second baritone neck, like you get a full scale neck and a baritone, or we even do like mandolin necks, tenor mandolin, more bouzouki-like necks. So you can have
So mix and match instruments,
or
sort of.
lap seal necks, and so you can have one body and like a whole selection of different necks. And
That's a great idea. So this guitar that we're looking at here is another of yours.
yes. This is a bigger body shape model, what I call the B big. Would have the size of a dreadnought, like the body width. But I do all my own body shapes. Has got a sinker redwood top and red rosewood bindings. It's really hard rosewood, more ebony alike, and rather plain looking Brazilian rosewood back and sides. And got some fancy inlays here on the bevel. And so I do the same thing on the big guitars with the flying top that I was talking about before. On the bigger bodies, there are additional flying braces from the sides going back to the end block, keeping the body from pulling in here. And that's what I also do on the outdoor guitar on the bigger bodies, not on the small ones. And on the regular guitars without the removable neck, where I have a flying fretboard here.
I'll ask you about that, and that'll also help keep the top free to vibrate.
Exactly, yeah. So, on these guitars, also the upper part of the body is as free as possible. I have flying braces from here up to the neck block, holding the whole neck pressure. And although these are glued just for a short section, besides the sound hole here, to stiffen up the top a little bit, otherwise it's getting too floppy, like sound-wise, not necessarily for strength. And so yeah, that's like the short story about the but the whole flying top concept. There would be more info on the website or some pictures from inside.
Some very nice guitars. So I understand instead of a distributor, you sell directly from your website.
Yes, we only do sell directly. Yes.
And for people that are interested in either the outdoor guitar or something else that you do, they can find you where on the web?
Be Brunner guitars.com.
So Brunner-guitars.com.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Lucas. I'm Chris Burgess. You're watching PremierGuitar.com.